welcome to the YOLK Podcast. We have Brian L. Tan, which his acronym or his abbreviation is BLT. And
well, it's funny because it's probably my parents who decided on that, given that those were my initials. So maybe after my mom gave birth, she really, really wanted a BLT. So who knows?
Okay. He is here for his release of Bandit, which I've already seen. It's freaking amazing. You have a bunch of shorts that you worked on years before you did this feature.
Yep.
So how long did you give yourself to do this feature? How long did you kind of measure yourself that you're ready?
You're never really fully ready to make a feature film. It's one of those things where everyone has to go through a rite of passage in making short films, and I was no exception. If you had told me that it would have taken me 15 years, ever since I graduated from UCLA, to be able to make my first feature, I don't know if I would still be a filmmaker, to be honest with you. It took me that long. 15 years. I graduated.
You don't look 15 years.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It's the good Bali weather, I think.
Yes, you live in Bali.
Yeah, I call myself Balifornian because I'm actually not stuck. I actually go between LA, California, obviously, and Bali, so hence Balifornia. And so, yeah, I did a lot of short films. I think, you have to pay your dues. You have to practice and get all that experience. And so for me, I started making short films in college at UCLA at this group we started called FPS Productions. And so we made a lot of short films and probably made 20, 30 of them, all things considered, before I made a feature last year. And then I made Bandit after that. So, it was a very long road and a very long process. And if I could learn one lesson, it would be to just go straight for the feature next time.
Really?
Yeah, it was good practice. But all the amount of resources and energy I put into making all these short films, I think I could have made a feature by now. All 30 of those.
Right. Well, the thing is, when you do short films, you probably study technique, storytelling, cast, who you get along with, and all that stuff. Your projects where you sent me of your shorts, because it's not all accessible to the audience.
Right.
So one was a sci-fi anomaly.
Yes.
Right? Still good. The suspense was there.
Thank you.
The female lead also was good. It was... it looks like your shorts are very high production value.
We try.
Yeah, the costume, the location, the special effects.
Yeah, it's a go big or go home. If you can't do it properly, I don't even try. So we try to do it cheaply. That's the other thing too. We these are not, I think what helps is that we film in Bali. So the costs are not too bad. And for us, we're able to keep things cost effective, but also efficient. And for us, it's about maximizing production quality. And so for us, it's not too expensive. For example, that helicopter scene in Bandit.
Yeah.
Or helicopter scene in Anomaly. Sorry, getting my movies mixed up. helicopter scene in Anomaly. Yeah. We shot that in half an hour because we only could get the helicopter going up and down. And it was very cost effective because we were able to come up with techniques that essentially enable us to save money, but still look great on camera.
Yeah, but it looked, just getting a helicopter, you could have just gotten a toy. Right. And it would have...
It would have been more expensive, actually.
Really?
Because all the visual effects to make the rotor spin, it would have been more expensive. We only spent like a couple $100.
Oh my God.
For the helicopter to go up and down. Yeah.
So do you want more filming happening in Bali then?
I want more filmmaking happening in general around the world. I think Hollywood is something, Hollywood is obviously shrinking nowadays. There's a bit of a contraction, but I think that the more new voices can be heard, the more that there can be original content. That's not just some franchise. Again, nothing wrong with that. I would gladly accept a directing opportunity for James Bond or Marvel or Star Wars.
Yeah.
I still think that in order to keep our creativity thriving, we definitely need to have more and more films, original films being made. Because if you look at the 90s and 80s, there's so many fresh concepts coming up. Spielberg, the king of adapting stuff, making it happen. And so, a lot of original concepts like Terminator, all Jurassic Park obviously was a book. I think that if we all gambled...
do a film from a book.
Yeah, I would love to. But I think we all need to take more risk, and I think that if you're not willing to take risk, you shouldn't be in the entertainment industry.
This dude here, they just won grand jury. It says Dancers with Films, LA 2026 grand jury award. This is honestly better than the Oscar because it's like it takes so much art in it. Like you,
I met the sculptor.
I'm sorry.
I met the sculptor. He's a really cool guy.
Yeah,
he lives in LA. Yeah.
Oh my God! So he's doing a bunch of them.
Yeah. He's a sculptor and he does like welding, I guess. And this is handmade, handcrafted. And yeah, it was a cool guy.
Oh man, is it?
So, yeah.
And it
it represents the filmmakers well, because you're always like, why are we doing this? So, yeah.
There's so many questions that we can ask for a feature filmmaker. So we'll get the ugly one out. The AI. And you have a background in visual effects?
Yes, those were my first few jobs starting out in the industry.
And did they use AI a little bit? Visual effects didn't use. When you say it didn't. It did both a little bit of the.
It was more manual. So it was something like you would use like Nuke or After Effects, and you could essentially, let's say you're tracking something. You could program the computer to track, let's say, with tracking markers or something, if you wanted to say replace this with something else. But it's not AI as we know it as a language model, like make me a scene, or like come up with a photo, or like please edit this document or something like that. So AI as we know is ChatGPT, Claude, none of that existed.
Okay.
And even when we made Bandit, those were all in its infancy. So like last year, we couldn't just write a prompt and say, make me something. It just didn't exist. It just wasn't sophisticated enough at the time.
Movies that you, Bandit is the one we're talking about. It's intense. How did you find the actors? Because Indonesia seems like they have a lot of growing actors. Is there acting school there that they go through? And
yeah, so we found the actors on Bandit through our writer, Monji. He's a very talented, probably one of the most prolific writers in Indonesian cinema. He's written a lot of amazing films, and he actually recommended a lot of them to us. Of course, we had a very good casting director as well, but a lot of them have been acting for a long time in Indonesia. They may not be household names here in America or outside Indonesia, but in their home country, they're all very talented, very recognized actors who can hold their own, in my opinion, and I think their talent speaks for themselves.
His projects or stories that he directs is like is not usually the happy ending situations that I love to watch. but it can still profoundly affect you watching it. That's why I react to the actors, because the last scene in Bandit was really painful.
Yeah.
I was crying in his film.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
But I'm seriously empathetic. But I was so surprised at how much the story brought to the level of emotional investment that the audience can have.
Right.
So for you, when you did Bandit, how do you did storyboarding?
No, we didn't have time for storyboarding. We shot the film over 15, 17 nights, and so we didn't have a lot of time to do storyboarding. What we did do was a shot list, and so that kind of helped a lot with the process.
And I was going to say, you did under 20 days, and the fact is that it's not an action film, and it's like mixed blend of a lot of different things. You did a one shot of a fight scene, and it's a different take on it, because it's nothing spoiling, is that he's getting beaten up from them, but this one is like painful to watch too. How much stunts do you have to deal with? Did you have to do a second unit director, or do you do it all?
We had to do it all in this particular case. There was no second unit director, but we had a lot of help, obviously, in many scenes. We had 2 days of just car shots, just pickup shots for cars. That was very useful in obviously getting this movie done, since it is a car movie, kind of like Drive. I think as far as what you were saying earlier about feeling for characters, I actually think that the best action comes from drama. And what I mean by that is my job as a director is to make you, the audience, care about the characters. And so the action, yes, action is important. I'm an action director.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, but for me, I don't have the budgets of the big action set pieces like The Raid or John Wick or The Night Comes for Us. So I essentially had to make you care about the characters a lot, in order so much so that the fight scene, when it does happen, even though it might be a little bit smaller than you expect, or a little bit not as big budget or as polished as big budget Hollywood movies, you still care about the character. Right. And that investment is what helps make the action better, more than the action itself, in my opinion. Right. So that's kind of like my philosophy behind it.
Well, you make them, you make audience care for them. The cost of filming, you said it's a little less. Would you keep on filming there, because you're scouting other locations right now for your next film? Yeah,
I think that for me, cost comes in two categories. There's financial costs and also opportunity costs. And what I mean by opportunity costs is that in America, things are very expensive. And not only are they very expensive, but there's also so much bureaucracy you have to deal with. There's also so much red tape.
The permits.
Permits.
Uh-huh.
You gotta deal with the fire marshal, the HOA, the planning committee, all that kind of stuff. And so for me, it was so refreshing going to Bali and in Indonesia in general. We were able to just go to a location, negotiate directly with the stakeholder, and figure out a price together. Or even sometimes they're so happy to be in film, they'll let you have it for just basic costs, or sometimes even free, like the club, right, who let us shoot there for free. Obviously, it's great product placement for them, so we consider it a win-win. Everything there is about how can we make both parties happy, right? It's a very Balinese philosophy. They believe in karma, so it's very much like, how do I win and how do you win? Here in LA, or it's all about how do I make you lose so that I can win, and that's terrible. I don't think that filmmaking needs to be that way. And I think it's a
partnership. It should be
it doesn't need to be a lose-lose situation. So for me, I like shooting in Bali because of financial costs. It's a lot less, but number two, the opportunity cost is just so much easier to get things done there compared to here.
There was a lot of location work. Locations, and then a lot of camera work. Like the camera scenes were. How did you bring your crew from here or from?
It was a mixed crew. So we had a lot of crew that were from Bali. There was a lot of crew from Jakarta, and there was some crew like my director of photography, Austin Alborg. He's actually from Los Angeles, and so we had a blend of crew all working together.
Oh, yeah, it was good on that level too.
Yeah,
thank you. Because the problem with people who watch movies in the industry, like moi, we kind of like look at it with every angle.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right?
You're like dissecting the scene and seeing, breaking it down. Yeah.
But I gotta say, I still get engrossed into the project and the story, and you can't talk to me when I'm watching. So that's
I'm glad I achieved that. I'm glad I pulled it off. Right. You're focused. You're dialed in. That's good.
One of the films you did was Hold Out, a short film, which about an old soldier and thinking the war is still going on, and a student with a landmine. So that was crazy. I watched that. I was able to watch that, and the end doesn't bode well for anybody.
It's a common theme.
But I do want to know, like, I'll ask that off camera. I have a question, but you guys don't need to know. Okay, you directing different languages stories? I noticed, because that one's in Japanese, and the other one's in Indonesian, and then the Anomaly was in English. But so. What is your target? It's like, how do you spread yourself like that?
I love languages.
Okay.
For me, languages are so interesting and so fascinating. I'm obviously most fluent in English, and I have a few other languages that I'm trying to master, Indonesian being one of them. Not that fluent yet. I would like to be. But for me, I think that a lot of times when you have to direct in a different language, sometimes it's actually an advantage to not speak the language, because you're able to read body language and to be able to see what the person is trying to say. It is important, but you have to keep in mind that 90% of all human interaction, no matter what culture, what language, what religion, it's actually all body language. So all of us are essentially all acting all the time in any situation, whether you're interacting with a fruit vendor or at a market or you're boarding a plane, whatever it is, your body language actually already communicates in advance of what you're already going to say. So for me, it's challenging in some ways to direct in a different language, but I think that human beings are automatically pre-wired to understand each other, at least the majority of what someone will say, just by appearance and body language alone. We're very visual people. So for me, it was challenging, yes, but at the same time, a refreshing opportunity to learn more about body language.
Well, it opens you to direct foreign films if they,
Absolutely.
You're like, they can hire you for anything and not have to worry about a language.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love to fly, so have passport, we'll travel. Any language, any country, I will go to if it's to make a film.
And you also do different genres. Like you're not even what do you call it? Controlled by one genre.
Yeah. I primarily love genre films. So I love like action, thriller, horror. No one has hired me to direct a drama or a romantic comedy yet, but at the same time, I'm completely open. For me, I love to explore more, and I like new challenges. So,
romantic comedy, you need the chemistry, dude. The chemistry has to be important. The two actors,
absolutely.
Oh my god.
One day, maybe.
Yeah. If maybe you'll start off in a Hallmark.
Yeah.
As a training ground.
I actually put together a Hallmark movie that's actually filming in Bali right now. I'm not directing it, but there's a team in Bali from Hallmark that's actually doing Hallmark movie. And my first movie was a Lifetime movie, actually. So not quite Hallmark, but yeah.
Almost like borderline
cousin.
cousin. But,
yeah, exactly. But it's similar, yeah.
But does it have diversity, or is it?
As far as the Hallmark movie or my Lifetime movie?
No, the Hallmark one.
Hallmark movie, they're shooting right now. Yeah, they're trying to incorporate a lot of local cast as well as international cast. Right. The 2 leads are from America, but the rest of it, they're locals or trying to hire locals.
I love watching Hallmark movies, but I just wanted to have like maybe one Asian or one.
We're trying. I recommend it. It's not, again, I'm not directing this movie, but I recommended that to the production to at least have some local flavor and have a little bit more, feature some local talent like we did for Bandit. So hopefully they'll incorporate some of that. So
the also the fighting scenes in the, I guess the killing execution scenes. Good shoveling.
Right. The shovel scene. Yeah. Everyone loves the shovel scene.
Yeah. So you made due to budget. Do you feel like your short stories were easier, or the narrative feature easier because you have more production team?
I used to think that making short films were already difficult, and I had no idea how to wrap my head around making a feature, right? When you do a short film, it's just for a couple days, you feel exhausted, and imagine on a feature film, you have to do that and continue, and you have to do it again for another 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
But for me, ironically, I found out that after I did my first feature film, which was mostly set on the water on a yacht, I felt like after I did that, I could do anything. Like, we were filming it's basically a murder mystery on a yacht, and we were filming on a super yacht in Bali, going back and forth.
Murder Under Deck. I haven't been able to watch that yet.
Yeah, and we were filming like 80% on the water, and it was, quite challenging. And there's one moment I nearly died under the boat, diving under to fix it at 2 a.m. in the morning with the captain and the chief engineer. So that was a very challenging thing. So after that experience, after that feature film, I was like, you know what? As long as I'm not close to dying, I'm okay. So after you've experienced that, you can smile.
That's noted. Do you have a life insurance policy?
Yeah, I have no one to give the money to.
You can donate it.
There you go. We'll make it happen.
You can donate.
We'll give you a studio.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I know. We're like
you can put it
all
the Brian L. Tan BLT studio for your YOLK
am
podcast.
for that. I am for that. It's SOMMER.
Yes, exactly. Give me your last name. We'll make it happen on the check. Okay. Next of kin.
Okay, so I'll finish this off with a bunch of questions.
No worries.
Because once you get into James Wan hierarchy or status, I want to make sure I have you.
Funny, James Wan. He's obviously Australian, but he actually grew up in Borneo, or he was born in there. I forget the story, so don't quote me on it. But James Wan is actually from Borneo, or part of his family is from Borneo, where my grandmother is from as well. So we share that connection. Although full disclosure, I've never met him before. I would love to work with him. If you're watching this, please collaborate. But no, we do share that heritage, but I've never met him.
Well, your ambition and your talents are going toward that journey of James Wan. Yeah. I respect everyone who does. I guess you said you're going to do horror. You already did.
No, not yet. I would love to do a horror film next. So action, thriller, horror.
Please make it funny a little bit, because it's hard to watch when it's scary.
Yeah, like Get Out. Get Out is one of my favorite horror films.
Oh my God, I love it.
It has like a little bit of dark comedy and
it's so much easier
stuff.
To watch for people. This is a rapid question. Would you rather be laughing or crying watching a movie?
Both? Can I be crying from laughing?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
And did you watch one lately?
I think I cried from laughter watching Weapons last year.
Oh my God, I didn't see that. I was too scared.
Oh, Weapons was great. You talk about the blend of horror, comedy, and like a little bit of over-the-top melodrama, and Weapons is everything. It's probably my favorite film from last year. And I don't know anyone in the production. I don't know Jordan Peele.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, it's not an endorsement, but I really enjoyed it. I think Zach Krieger, the director, did a fantastic job. And one of my role models for if I ever were to do a horror, that's the kind of model template I would follow.
Yeah, well, they had a witch and kids. So
yeah, it was great.
It's scary.
Yeah, highly recommend.
You lived in America, so or born here?
I was actually born overseas, but I grew up here. I went to middle school and all that.
I'm sorry, I'm not asking him for any citizenship. I'm just
hello, ICE.
I'm not.
But I am American.
Yeah. I am too. Okay, so basically, do you have you eaten Indonesian, or do you choose to eat American food more?
Depends where I am, because
Asian.
I'm back and forth between America
Yeah.
or California and Bali, Indonesia in general.
Yeah.
If I'm in Indonesia, I'm team Asian food, Indonesia all the way, because I find it a pet peeve if someone goes to a foreign country and they just eat the food they find back home. You're like, why?
Exactly.
Like, you go to
yeah.
Europe, you see these American tourists, and they're like eating at McDonald's. You're like, you could just gotten that down the
Yes,
street,
yes,
you know?
yes.
So for me, I do try to eat more Asian and Indonesian food while I'm in Southeast Asia. However, when I'm in America, I have a soft spot for In-N-Out and Chick-fil-A. So In-N-Out especially.
In-N-Out.
So
my husband's favorite too.
Yeah. So good man of good taste.
Star Trek or Star Wars? Do you like it more?
Ooh. I like diplomatic answer is I like the intellectual themes of Star Trek more, but I like the sheer entertainment value of Star Wars pre the new reboot.
My husband did ask me to ask you what
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
older, so I only care about the first Star Wars, and I don't care what the title is. It's just the first Star Wars.
The originals, like episodes 4, 5, and 6 were amazing. I also loved Rogue One.
Oh my God, Rogue One!
Rogue One was.
Andor,
I watched that.
Andor.
Yeah.
My
I
God.
watched Rogue One twice in the cinema alone by myself because it was that good.
Oh, it's
Like,
so.
So amazing.
Speaking
Sublime.
of endings,
Yeah.
if no one's seen
that's
it, that's
also
your
why.
problem, man.
Yeah.
But bad ending.
Yeah.
But
2016.
so perfect for you too.
Yeah, I
So
absolutely loved it. And
Uh-huh.
so the new ones though, 7, 8, 9, not the biggest fan to be honest with you. But the original OG
we can edit
ones.
that out if you
Yeah.
want.
No, it's okay. I don't mind. I'm honest. It's okay. I'm not ashamed to say it.
Yeah, so that you can direct any Star Wars. There's so many that's gonna keep doing it.
That's probably why they need me.
To a different viewpoint would drive it to a different level.
I
Okay.
hope.
Book or song would make you start your day. How do you?
The song that comes to mind, and this is not a prepared answer, is Mad World. Because we live in a mad world.
Yeah, I know that song.
Yeah.
It's a dude, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's a
That
female
is-
remix too.
Oh,
but
really?
yeah. But there's it's Mad World.
Yeah. That is a sad song.
Melancholic. You can
Yeah.
tell I'm quite cynical.
Streaming or movie theater?
Sheer cinematic experience, obviously movie theater. I'm a huge proponent of seeing a film in the theater. Seeing my film at the play at the Chinese theater was a dream come true. Absolutely loved it. However, the reality of life nowadays is that 90% of all content are going to be watched online. That's just...
Yeah.
And I have no control over that. Christopher Nolan might.
Maybe.
But I'm not Christopher Nolan.
There's so many...
So.
Well,
Yeah.
doesn't... All the directors should unify, and every person makes a difference. So
Yeah.
some people make more money, but doesn't mean that your difference isn't cared.
Thank you.
Yeah. If you could direct any actor today, dead or alive, who would that be?
Oh gosh, that's a great question. Wasn't prepared for that one.
Well, you didn't know any of the questions.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I had one experience when I used to work at Paramount many, many years ago. I had an experience directing George Clooney for one day. It was just for
Oh
like
my
a
God.
random,
Oh my God.
EPK behind the scenes, like I don't know, for a DVD or something. Anyway, very small thing. But he was the nicest guy ever. He
Congratulations.
Came back. Yeah, I don't even know what happened to the footage, but he came out to thank everyone in person afterwards, and I thought that was a truly class act.
Respect. Yeah.
And I absolutely respect him for it. And I think he's like Cary Grant, like
Yeah.
one of those guys that walks into the room and he just has that it factor.
Oh, yeah.
So again, I don't know what kind of films I would do with him, but he just seems like a cool guy I would be able to hang out with and grab a beer after set. And so it sounds like that's the kind of energy you want to be around, in my opinion.
That's just people who have that gravitas is like it's just confidence and also empathy. I feel like those are the
Absolutely.
the self-centered ones. You're like, you just don't want to look at them anyways.
And if it's a long time ago, one of my favorite classic films is Casablanca.
Oh,
So Humphrey Bogart would have been interesting or Ingrid Bergman to experience. I don't know how much direction they would take.
Yeah.
You just got to put the camera and see what happens, the magic.
Well, Ingrid Bergman
Yeah.
famously said that she didn't act any. The audience just interpreted her.
Exactly. So it might have been magical to see that.
Copy.
So,
Yeah. 2 more questions.
Yeah.
Mom or dad? Oh, I'm sorry. Do influence you more?
My dad influenced me because of my love for cinema. He snuck me in to see like violent movies like Saving Private Ryan and Jurassic Park and all of the things you shouldn't. Speed. I saw those in theater, even though I was like,
I wouldn't call that violent.
They're quite violent. I was
Really?
like 5 years old.
Oh, okay, sorry. Sorry.
But thank you, Dad. But because of that, I became a filmmaker. So I think cultural wise, as far as like movies, 90s movies, my dad was all about that. But as far as my relationship to characters, I have my mom to thank. My mom, unfortunately, since passed away, has always.
Sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, she's always been someone to always tell me that actions speak louder than words,
Yeah.
and that has influenced my directing a lot because it doesn't really matter. You asked me earlier about language, character, dialogue.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what people say. Watch what they do, and that I think has fundamentally outlined every single way that I've directed an actor, where they can speak something, but the way they act can be totally opposed and totally different. And that's where the magic is. Sorry to cut you off.
No. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Actions do show character.
Much more so than
because
dialogue.
they can't hide it as much.
Correct. And I think that's beautiful to watch because every person is doing that. You know?
Unless you're a really good criminal.
Or psychopath.
Superpower. What would you want to have?
Teleportation would be amazing. I fly about 100 times a year. Literally flying back and forth between LA or California to Bali, Jakarta, Indonesia, Southeast Asia. So if I could teleport and not deal with jet lag, paying expensive fees for airlines, burning carbon dioxide, all of that stuff, if I could just teleport like that, I'd be a happy clam.
You can snap 2 fingers.
Yeah, I can snap, but I can't.
But you can snap 2 fingers.
Yeah,
I can't do that.
I can't whistle, so it's even.
3 things that you would bring in a box if you had to escape.
From this room?
No.
I'm kidding.
Good one. Okay, no. Anywhere, disaster.
Ooh, I would say a black Amex Centurion card. Because everyone knows what that means. A satellite phone, because they can call for escape. And maybe a flare gun. Like the one that shoots like a fireworks thing.
For help.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's interesting. No one said a flare gun before. But the teleportation, everybody says that.
I know.
Everybody
so
says
cliche.
That.
So cliche. Should I be more profound and say wisdom?
Oh, that's interesting. Bringing wisdom to escape with?
No. For the superpower. Superpower.
I'm like,
superpower.
Man.
Because wisdom is truly an underrated superpower.
Yeah, it's actually taken for granted.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I would say logic, because a lot of people are missing common logic.
Yes, but logic sometimes cannot create art.
Oh, really?
Right? If you're like Spock from Star Trek, again, bringing back your Star Trek reference, he's someone that is able to think intelligently and logically about situations, but without heart, what is that? Whereas wisdom, in my opinion, is the in-between of logic and emotions. And so for me, that is where true superpowers come from. Wisdom, in my opinion.
Yeah, meaning he can direct a superhero movie, even though we have too many. I am a superhero fan, guys. Yeah. Okay, but
I love Iron Man. That's my
yours?
superhero. I know it's not on your question, but if you're gonna ask me who's my favorite superhero, it's Iron Man.
That's hard for me.
Tony Stark. I even have the Tony Stark glasses.
Oh shoot!
So, yeah. I like the Asian Tony Stark.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
But you don't have your hair.
I can. Like wardrobe and makeup can make this.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say. Of course, I say Wonder Woman because.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I've watched all of them, but Wonder Woman. So thank you again to Brian L. Tan, BLT, for being on OG YOLK. And we wish him very well for Bandit and future movies that you're going to be doing, rom-coms especially. Thank you to Team OG YOLK, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.